morning and welcome to Miss Davis's third grade class. Today we get to start our new science unit. We get to learn about solids, liquids, and gases. Today we get to be scientists. We get to explore how ice can be in at least two different forms. Over the summer when you were thirsty, you asked your mom for some lemonade. When she brought it to you, you thought that it was too warm, so you went and got some ice cubes to put in it to chill it down. After a while, the ice was gone and the drink was still cold. Where did the ice go? Let's go on a learning adventure to find out what happened to the ice cubes. Driving question. How can we explain where our ice cubes go when they are no longer in cube form? Tasks. Students will learn about the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. They will be able to sort solids, liquids, and gases into the correct categories on a worksheet. They will be able to sort with words and with pictures. The final assessment will be done with pictures. And here's our checklist to make sure that we're meeting all of our tasks. Process. To start the lesson, I will ask my third grade students who has ever heard of solid, liquid, or gas. The students will raise their hands. I will then ask them if they know how to classify these objects. The answer is into states of matter. I will then call on a few students and ask them to share one of the states of matter that they know. I will remind the students who don't get called on that there will be many more opportunities to share examples throughout the lesson and even at the end of the lesson as well. While the students are giving me examples of the three states of matter, the class and I will be coming up with a chart on the board that they will put in their notebooks to use in the future. Once we have created a table, we will watch a YouTube video called 3 States of Matter for Kids. Then, I will divide the groups up into 3 groups, one for solid, one for liquid, and one for gas. The students will learn about what makes something a solid, liquid, or gas, and how they know from another YouTube video called Matter Chatter. The students will be allowed to look at both videos while they are trying to explain their state of matter. They will then share their results with the class. Once they have shared their thinking with the class, I will give them a list of terms and a chart like the one we made before and ask them to fill it in by themselves so I can see who understands the different states of matter. This yellow chart up here is an example of what our chart as a class would look like. And here is an example of what the final assessment would look like. So they'll have the pictures and they'll place them under each category. And here's the videos, Matter Chatter and the States of Matter. We will watch the States of Matter video first. Information resources. I found 2 web-based resources from YouTube. One is 3 States of Matter for Kids. This video gives the students background knowledge to help them understand what matter is, where it is, and how to recognize where an object should be classified. Matter Chatter is a video that is a song to help the learning come alive for students. It will help them remember the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. The video also asks them to come up with their own examples as well. The video also goes over different properties to help us decide where to put the different items. Non-web-based sources, 3-column chart. As a class, we will make a 3-column chart at the very start of the unit about what we already know about solids, liquids, and gases. We will provide some examples if the class has any. As the lesson goes on, students will be able to add to the chart and the students will be able to refer back to the chart throughout the lesson. And here's another example of the chart. Evaluation. Students will be evaluated based on how many items they are able to put into the correct columns on the worksheet without help from their 3-column chart or anyone else in the classroom. The rubric shown below is how the students will be assessed. The rubric will be in a Google Doc shared with just me and the student. After the student completes the worksheet, they will be given themselves a grade, and I will look at the worksheet and give them a grade later. If there are 2 different grades, the student and I will be able to discuss why there are 2 different grades, how they can improve, and which grade should stand. Evaluating criteria. A student will get a 5 if they are able to place all of the pictures in the correct area. The student will get a 4 if they can only place 2 to 5 pictures in the correct area. A 3 if they are only able to put half the pictures in the correct spot, showing that they only know 1 or maybe 2 of the 3 states of matter. Students will get a 2 if they can only place 2 to 5 of the pictures in the correct spot. Students will get a 1 if they can't place any pictures in the correct spot. And students will get a 0 if they show up that day and still don't turn anything in. 2, 1, 0 show me that students didn't learn anything. 3 shows me that they're starting to get it, but not quite. And 4 and a 5 show me that they understand. Conclusion: students have learned that there are different states of matter around them all the time. They have learned how to classify objects into the correct state of matter and how to show that they can do so correctly by placing the pictures into the chart. Students will be able to share what they know with other students outside the class because I will hang our big class poster up in the hallway so other grades can see what we're working on in 3rd grade. And students will be able to share their individual notes about the state of matter that they were assigned with their classmates by putting the information into a Google Doc after they have presented to share with the class. Notes to teacher. This lesson is called Solids, Liquids, and Gas. The subject area is science. It's a 3rd grade level lesson. The lesson could take probably 6 to 7 different days. The technology that was used were YouTube videos. The scope is that this lesson would be the first in a states of matter unit. After the lesson, we would talk more about the properties of each state and how they're formed. The standard is NTSS2, Design and Develop Digital Age Learning Experiences and Assessments. Specific thinking skills, knowledge comprehension, and evaluation. Use in other grades, you could take out the gas section and use it to teach 1st and 2nd grade. This lesson really is only a science subject lesson. You couldn't use it for other lesson subject areas. Reflection, just make sure that the students are on task while the videos are being played and that they're not cheating while they're filling out the final assessment because you want to see what they know, not what other kids know. And also just make sure that they don't talk about grades. Encourage them to do that. You don't want your students to feel bad if they don't have the same grade as everyone else. And acknowledgements, here are the URLs for the YouTube videos. They're also hyperlinks under information resources. And here are the URLs for the pictures that are scattered throughout. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys learned something. And I'm going to go record for my next lesson for you guys.